let the relationship grow from there. And if it doesn't pan out, you've got a good friend. You've made a connection with a person in the space. Um, it's yeah, again, it's a very weird topic, and I think we've all talked about it. It's like, how do we get collectors? Because it's like trying to make a new friend and then trying to profit off them. but I think what I'm trying to get to here is probably your intention when you're reaching out or when you're connecting with these people. I think that's probably what I'm trying to get here, and I don't know if that helped.
Oh, and
It does. Thank you
Gene,
so much.
one more thing. The best way to look at this is not how can we get more collectors, but how can we get more friends? And if they happen to be a collector, great. Because as soon as you start trying to look and see, oh, are those people collectors? You're gonna go down this rabbit hole, and it's just gonna affect your mentals. And we don't need that as individuals because it'll screw with you, and then you won't be. It's just not a great thing, and not a great space to be in. So it's better just to be, like Paris said, yourself, and have your Twitter uh, show that, and then make sure that whatever offerings you have are all together in a link. And collectors that see your space that you have on your Twitter, see your different posts. If they resonate, they're going to look further. They're watching. I mean, we've talked about this earlier with Whale Shark. He's been watching for a long time. There's a lot of collectors that, not to be creepy, but everyone's everyone's kind of creepy in social media because they're all looking at your profile. So the same thing goes for a collector as much as a friend or other follower as well. They're all the same thing
And also,
You've been looking at my profile.
all the time, Paul. All the time.
Paul, didn't you know
I
I
feel
stalk
naked.
you?
I feel naked. I'm gonna put mine on private.
Should probably go private.
I also did just want to add one more point is that, photographers in general love to support the community. So, photographers also become collectors in a sense. So you could be building friendships with people and they could absolutely love what you're doing and love you as a person. And those people could also become your collectors. So, there's really no limits in this space when it comes to that, because people would just want to support others in this community. And so don't just go after, like the big collectors, because there are other people who may love your work and you never know where those people will take you in your career here. A friend could pick up one of your pieces and you never know who his collectors are or her collectors. And, one retweet could change your life forever. So, it's just one of those things where if you're always yourself in this space, it will definitely help to your advantage as long as you're an authentic and true person.
I was actually going to dive in and say the exact same thing. I'm pretty sure like everyone in this space right now has picked up one piece of photography one way or another. So we're all technically collectors.
What up, Braden? GM.
How you
Yes.
doing, brah?
Glad to see you finally get in the space.
Dude, I've been a fucking shit show for the last month and been like trying to be in Twitter spaces and also trying to life at the same time. And it's just been not meshing well together. But now I'm taking it easy, popping back in, having conversations.
You're just gonna buy that metaverse land and just move in, Forget about real life.
I need to. I'm like, it's like such a shit show to balance like what we do because it's like biggest part of our job is like being out of cell reception and being in the mountains or like traveling and not being on our fucking phones. Yeah, we got to be on our phones like 90% of the time to be like in Twitter spaces and be like talking about our own work and stuff. So it's like, what the hell do I do? Like, I want to be outside, but I also have to be inside with Wi-Fi all the time.
I can't remember who
Great.
it
I don't know
was.
what.
Sorry, Secret. On you go.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, hey, I was on Twitter Spaces since I was hiking up 2 weeks ago. I was hiking and on Twitter Spaces. I had a great time talking and being, completely out of breath. But yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dedication to the game, dude.
I can't remember who it was. I think it might be V, maybe. And she's got like a backpack full of like modems and like full, like routers. So when she goes on,
Oh my God.
like literally, I believe it is, and I could be wrong who it is. But like I think she was on a hike for yeah, it was because she was hosting our mental health space, and I think she was on a hike in like where no one would have reception, and she's got like a backpack full of like modems, like something that like a professional like cameraman who reports the news would have. So basically, you just need to get that and shoot at the same time, essentially.
That's epic. I think
That's
my worst
amazing.
problem is I can't multitask worth shit. So like I've been trying to make eggs for the last half an hour, but also listen to the space at the same time, and I haven't gotten anything done. So
I was like, they're definitely
Braden, I have the
overcooked.
same problem. I'm trying to edit a photo right now, and I've been staring at it for like 45 minutes. I haven't
yeah,
made any
I like
progress.
can't do it. I'm like I've just been pacing in circles
It's
with like
so
eggs
hard.
cracked in a bowl, and I'm like, okay, I gotta make these eggs, but I also need to figure out how the hell to talk.
It's a tough life that we have, isn't it, guys? It's a
Our
tough,
lives
Yeah.
are hard.
life.
We take pictures and talk on Twitter all day.
Woe is me. But I say
I
that I'm sitting literally in the middle of my bed in the dark, basically just staring at the computer screen to see who's reacting with a smiley face or a 100. So I feel your pain, man.
I love it.
Okay, I'm so out of it. I didn't know that you can do Twitter Spaces on your computer. I'm like staring down at my phone and then looking back up at my image that I'm editing.
All right. Well, anyways, I feel like Gene, did we answer your question? And how do you feel about it? Sorry to not let you get back to us.
No. I think thank you so much again for all of you. I think you answer all my questions. You gave me some ideas, some things that I have to put in practice. Like I said before, I'm very new to the space, so um, I'm looking forward to learn more, to join more this conversation and see how I can, um, support this community and engage even more. I do have another question though, and it's gonna be so. I put my very first collection in OpenSea, and I tried Polygon because you, you guys know how Ethereum network is so expensive at this moment, and I just wanted to kind of like hear a different perspective from maybe some of you who can tell me if there is any kind of disadvantage or advantage when you actually use the Polygon network to mint your work or to put your work out there. Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I think the only drawback to Polygon is that it's just not as popular as Ethereum, but it's a great thing because there's no gas involved. I think you should DM if you can get a hold of Tyler Journey, because he's done some pieces with Polygon and had great success. But I mean, at least for myself, I have very little knowledge about Polygon.
Okay.
Yeah, that was going to be. Sorry, that can be more of help. But yeah, it would just be like if you think about it, like from my perspective anyway, like at this present moment in time, like photography is kind of like it's still technically struggling, and although it's had leaps and bounds recently, it's still struggling to like have its place like on a blockchain. So the more scattered we are at this present moment in time, until like photography builds up more traction, that's the only kind of drawback. I was just reiterating what Josh was said. But yeah, but if anyone has more of an in-depth idea of what and how we can help Gene, that would be anyone can come up and ask or answer that.
Oh my gosh, my speaker keeps muting itself. Is your question more like how are you getting your work out there, or what exactly are you?
No, I think it's more.
Kind of wondering.
No, I think it's more about if I have any kind of disadvantage when it comes to putting my work out there using the Polygon network. And I did it for the reason that it is more accessible, if you will.
Right. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, based off what the other speakers were saying, I think at least on my feed, I just don't see as many people who are on the Polygon network. Like everyone that I follow is kind of like we're on, Foundation OpenSea. Everyone is doing everything in Ethereum. But that's not to say that it won't grow or like that you won't get any exposure. I think it's something new. Well, not necessarily new, but since there are fewer people who are doing that, I think that could be a good thing. But I would just try to like do searches on Twitter, like when you can search a hashtag and like find more people who are kind of in that space, because like everyone right here, I know that everyone here is selling stuff on Foundation and Ethereum or stuff like that, but maybe you could try to do individualized searches to find other artists or collectors who are kind of doing the same thing as you, and then putting that out there. And maybe most of your followers are like us right here on stage who are involved in these other platforms, and then we'll learn more about it, because like without you, we won't really know. So I would just
And
say
Gene,
push
the
your stuff
only
out there.
oh, sorry, Haley,
Go
go
for it.
for
I'm
it.
I'm finished.
I didn't mean to cut you off. All I was going to add to what you're saying is that OpenSea, as far as I know, is the only marketplace that offers Polygon. Correct? That's the only thing I've seen. So you got to think about who's
Yes, I
collecting on there as well.
Okay.
that's what I've seen as well, but maybe there's another platform. Does anyone know?
Crickets. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
only
personally, I
OpenSea.
don't even really know how to
Same.
use Polygon. I keep getting airdropped stuff off of like the Polygon network, and I'm
Oh
just
my
like,
gosh.
I don't know how to sell it, and I haven't like taken the time to figure it out.
Yeah, for me, it worked. I don't know how I did it, but I did some research, and the collection is up there. So I think it went through successfully. But thank you guys. Thank you so much again for your feedback on this topic. I really appreciate that.
I saw another. She's a photographer, and I don't remember who it was, and I wish I remembered. But all of her collections are on Polygon, and she buys Polygon pieces with Polygon. So I don't remember who it was. I'm not giving much insight here, but she was doing it. And if I find her again, I'll send it to you, because now it's in my mind.
And I also think that Haley brought up a really good point, is if you do a search on OpenSea and you kind of look at the details of who might be using Polygon, and find different artists or photographers that are also on Twitter, and just sending them a DM and asking them about their experience, because I think that that's kind of the best way to learn, especially when you're trying to do research in this type of environment.